What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for a Thursday edition of DFS Daddy's Free Picks. We got Thursday night football between the Houston Texans and the New York Jets. My hometown Texans team. I love the primetime games we're getting. This one is not maybe the most exciting, and we got Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs out, so it kind of a bummer in one sense. But hey, anytime we get to see a nice primetime game, uh, should be competitive. Actually, kind of sneaky competitive. I'm ready for it. If you were here yesterday with our Jacksonville State and Liberty picks, it was absolutely insane. So we were spot on with the running back for Liberty just getting the rock and doing well. And we correlated that with the passing yards under. Now, where shit got crazy is the other team, Jacksonville State, was also running the ball like crazy. There was nothing that tipped off to me that they were going to have that much success running the ball. I want to say that their running back ran like 26 times. I mean, let's just look it up. Let's look it up. Jacksonville State, 27 times for 232 yards, 20 times for 130 yards. That's the quarterback, actually. So the running game was on par. They only threw 10 times for 95 yards. I looked at the half, and he had thrown the ball 3 times. 3 times. So I was like, all right, that's chalked. But it's nice to see that these are correlated, right? That if I would have gone under on both, that would have hit. So if I wasn't so stupid, I could have done that. But nothing tipped me off to think that the rushing game would be that effective. And I was going into it with the game script that Jacksonville would actually be playing from behind, so they would need to be passing more. So um, on the road, that's just kind of what I assume. All right, switching gears, let's focus on Thursday night football. If you haven't been with me for long, you've been missing out on some free value. These have been tons of free picks. There's been some VIP picks in here as well, but we have just been kind of chiseling away. We've been really good at standalone games. So Monday Night Football, there's Sunday. Here's a Thursday Night Football and Monday Night Football. We've been pretty solid at the standalone games. We had some free picks posted on our winnable already for this game, but I wanted 3 more out on YouTube. So the first one's going to be Joe Mixon over fantasy score. The reason I'm not just going with his rush yards or receiving yards is, I guess, matchup based, but more so watching how many dump offs he was getting. And this was a late cover. He had 60 something going into the fourth, so this was kind of a sweat for a little bit. But when I go and look at my partners on Line Star, a lot of the Joe Mixon lines are not favored prediction wise for Line Star, except his fantasy score. Now, what this tells me is that they predict him to be getting some receptions, which in fantasy score land is a point per reception. So even though they're not projecting him to get that many yards, if you factor in some of the receptions and the touchdown potential with Joe Mixon, like I think they have his touchdown. Yeah, it's Goblin. So it's favored actually, and you can see why. This fantasy score is well attainable. So basically, the way I like to think about fantasy score is if I like some of their other stats more, then I would just focus on that stat. But whenever it comes to Joe Mixon and how much of the offense he's going to be a part of, receiving, running, then I want to do fantasy score because you also get the touchdown potential in there as well. If he scores 1 touchdown, that's 6 points. We're only looking for 10, so that's like 100 yards total with the other stuff, catching and rushing. So I think fantasy score is kind of a great play here to not be so honed in on just his rushing or receiving, kind of focusing on all of it and touchdown potential. So we have to pay a little bit more for it. Like the line is higher than all the other things combined because of that. But I think it's well worth the squeeze here. Joe Mixon has been just red hot lately, and this offense revolves around him now, especially with Stephon Diggs out. Next up, Braylon Allen over 20 rush yards. So this one is maybe not the right week to play this. Maybe it is. But last week, he ran 12 times. That's the most he's ran all season. I don't know if that's just the game was going so bad. They wanted to change something up. But Braylon Allen is a physical back. And what we saw with the Texans last week against the Indianapolis Colts is that they were having a hard time tackling Jonathan Taylor at first contact. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Um, they were having a hard time tackling Jonathan Taylor upon first contact, which I think could be a trend that we see with Braylon Allen. Brees Hall does break some tackles, but I think Braylon Allen's missed tackle rate is a little bit higher. I could be wrong on that. Maybe someone fact check me. But just his style, I think, will work better against the Texans. Um, and honestly, this could be one that he breaks off like in one play. We would love that. But Brees Hall is obviously going to get a majority of the work and more of the receiving work. But I think Braylon Allen could come in, chisel away a few yards if he gets 6 carries for around 4 yards, like average, he's going to hit that. So we're just hoping he gets enough carries like he did last week against this defense that has had a little bit of a hard time tackling. The numbers won't show that they've been like a bad rush defense or anything. But if you've watched some of the games, there's been just some holes that have popped up. And then last is Tank Dell for a touchdown. I love that we get this at a demon line, not a goblin. He has been, you got to remember, this is when all the weapons were here, and this was New England. Now, this Green Bay game, if you weren't watching the Texans and Green Bay game, you think, oh, he just didn't score a touchdown. He sucked. And he had like no catches, no receiving yards. CJ Stroud only had 80 passing yards that game. They were running the ball and they weren't having much success passing. There was a touchdown that hit him in the hands. He was wide open. CJ Stroud was scrambling. He cut back. It hit him right in the hands. And he said he should have caught it. Maybe the sun got in his eye. I don't know. But really, he's coming off a streak in my mind that he has 3 straight games with a touchdown right now. And we're going to make it 4 because he is the primary weapon in this offense. We saw last season whenever Nico was out hurt that Tank Dell can step up and be this alpha. Maybe not like a traditional alpha in a sense of like 12 targets, go up, contested catches, but like they can scheme him open and he's quick and they can do some rushing plays with him. And I think a touchdown is well within reach for Tank Dell. I think these are going to be the 2 Texans who score touchdowns ultimately. Some of the other guys like Schultz, Hutchinson, Woods will be instrumental in driving the ball. But I think when we get down to the red zone, we're going to see the guys that have been doing it all season long punching it in. So there's going to be my 3 free picks. Those are going to be posted into my Winnable. If you're not familiar with what Winnable is, it's essentially a platform for me to post picks, and anyone who's subscribed will see those. So I have a free pick option. You can get all my free plays for $0, and you can sign up for one of my VIP pick plans. Those have been hot lately. We were pretty rough to start out the season, but lately it's been a lot better. And I'm trying to remember what the subscription code is. So if you go to the weekly plan and apply code CASH, yes, I remembered. Haha, you can get a free week. So little insight for you YouTube watchers. If you're still watching now, you get a free week of VIP picks. So you go to the VIP weekly plan, use the code CASH. All right. I'm not going to post that anywhere else. Just going to leave that here. Code CASH. So if you go to apply promo, type in CASH and apply it. Make sure it shows that $0. Don't get like fooled or tricked into anything. And you can cancel the subscription before it even bills you. So if you're not happy with it, you can cancel it. All right. 3 free picks, Mixon, Allen, and Tank Dell to score a touchdown. I'm going to lock these in, post those to my Winnable, and then I'll be posting more plays throughout the day as we approach game time. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great Thursday night. Let's make some money today.